Hey traders, Sunday afternoon. Hope everybody had a great weekend. I just want to do a top-down uh, global macro rundown here on the majority of the major markets. Let's start with the dollar index. Get the dollar right, going to get a lot of other things right. So we've talked a lot about this in the live room, right? This monthly cycle's getting pretty low. Maybe we'll finish out June, but I think we're getting close to a cycle low, and we'll get this monthly cycle to turn up for several months. I think that's the probability. So it makes sense when we look at the euro in a second. I think the positioning seems to be majority of people are now consensus long the euro. So that's what I'd like to see also as we get a little bit more bullish the dollar here, looking for a higher long-term low, or a long-term higher low is probably the easier way to say it. So we've talked about the bands. We broke the bands. There is the lows here from Trump election coming in here. But I expect to see a higher low between 95 and 96. That's kind of the call. The weekly cycle is very low. That can easily turn up for the next several weeks. And then when we go to the daily level, here's our pi line, this blue dashed line. Now these are areas. So again, these are the lows, Trump election. This whole area, I kind of think you're going to see the market base and then a good chance to move back higher. But we'll see. When we really focus in on the daily chart here, we have the 8, which is kind of sliding sideways. Did get price back above the 8 on Friday. You closed above it. I guess that's Thursday and Friday. Or no, Friday we closed above it. So we'll see. There's a pivot here on the dollar index. Well, we'll see if we can get back above the 30. We'll see this 8 turn up. That would show you your intermediate term uptrend. And then I always like to go to the euro next. So guys, these marks here on the chart are what we signal in our real-time alerts product. So it's across multiple asset classes, but this is all the core positioning that we're doing. That's $100 a month, guys. If you want to join that, it's probably one of the best timing products. It's a signal and it's a timing product. So for $90, I mean, it's literally the same model that we use and have institutional guys pay thousands of dollars for. So it's kind of a no-brainer. Let me take these alerts off. Signals. All right. So on the euro, again, here's the Trump intraday election highs. We actually sold into this tail short. So it's going to be tough to you have all these highs back here. Lots of resistance up here. This whole it's a big zone, 113 to 115 really. So we are core short, and the closer we get to 114, 115, we're going to be increasing our core short position. So what are the highs here? This is the Trump election high, basically 113, 1298. So we'll see what this week brings. We do have a down cycle again underway. Again, just like the dollar index, you have price that's below the 8. 8 is kind of moving sideways. That shows you this range trade we've been in over the intermediate term, 111 to 113. So still like selling rallies there. And what we really need to see is these higher lows get taken out, and that'll roll us back bearish or negative for the intermediate term. But to start the week, I mean, if you get a rally back here, any 4-hour cycle up, 112.38, 112.50, I'll look to be a seller to start the week here on the euro. The other pair we can take a quick look at would be dollar yen. And here, dollar yen long term, this was the start of the new uptrend back here, 2012. Took another run up here, 2014, and then this is this is a pretty good wall. I teach my traders this wall concept. About halfway is where the market held. But this is a real money candle in our model. That's showing you the power. We basically held the bands here, the wave formation. So this is still in a long-term uptrend. The monthly cycle has been coming down, and price is just has had a nice orderly pullback. So I still think the next move is higher on dollar yen, longer term. When we go to the weekly level, you can see, notice how these bands are all laying on top of each other. That's indicative of a range trade. Weekly cycle is low. It's been a pretty quiet range though. So I like that we held pi here around 108. The intermediate term is trying to get bullish, but you'll notice we're still making lower highs on an intermediate term basis. So you got to kind of take out this pattern if we're going to really rally. We watch the 8 here, see if the 8 can turn up this week. You do have a daily cycle that's rising. So probably look to buy dips here, dollar yen. Look at stocks. I mean, stocks are still strong and in an uptrend. I've been highlighting the ranges along with the 8.6 count. So the top of my S&P range, we actually failed up here. 2 standard deviation regression channel with the start of the cycle. So this 2460, 2470 area is the top of the range. 2420 was the bottom of the intermediate term range. We'll see if we get another higher low. Long-term bottom of the range, closer to 2375. We're currently about 6 days into this cycle, but still bullish S&Ps. I don't have a position there. I do like being long the NASDAQ. Had a tough day Friday, but it's basically, I mean, it was due for a pullback, right? We've just been straight up for 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 days with only one down day. So what I want to see now on the NASDAQ is let this daily cycle kind of play out before we think about adding. You notice each dip here is opportunities to buy. So I may add a little bit here because I only had upside calls at 6,000 because I signaled to take profit into this last overbought condition. So I may buy a little bit, but I think the place to maybe eye here is lower within the cycle, closer to 55.25, this area. But the NASDAQ's been one of the places we've liked being long all year. It's been a great, I mean, it's been one of the most solid uptrends. Dow's still bullish, Russell's still bullish. When we look at the Treasury market, I'm still playing it core short and tens, and I'm looking for basically a long-term cycle high and a move back lower. So we still have a monthly cycle that's rising, weekly level in tens. You know, we're below what we call the southern hemisphere, below pi. The wave formation bands are up here, so there's still a good chance we get a long-term lower high in this area. All right, so I still like being core short tens. Oil, still bearish oil overall. We've had some good calls there. The weekly cycle, we may be in store for a down week. Daily cycles had a good swing move off the highs here, which was a good call. We said to cover our shorts. We wanted to be short between 51 and 53. But now this daily cycle, which is the intermediate term cycle, is pretty low. So maybe you'd be a seller closer to the 847, 48 area. And then obviously there's some support down here in this tail at 44 that if you were core short, you'd want to be covering into these lows. And then lastly, gold. Gold had a double top up there at 1300. Based on this break of the 8, you want to think of a test of 1250. I would be a buyer there, just a small core long, because we're still in a bullish uptrend overall there in gold. But again, here it has a daily cycle that looks to be rolling over, so we may have 2 to 3 days down more. But anyway, guys, I hope that just a quick rundown. We'll do more FX in the morning. For those of you that might be new, this is our site, my site, jenkinsrm.com. jenkinsrm.com. You can learn a little bit about me and the model. But hey, guys, this chat room this week, I'm going to do something different. So it's free to join our chat. And every morning I'm going to be doing a Monday morning, or not a Monday, but just a morning market breakdown. And that's free to anybody that will be in the chat. So I'll be posting that video and analysis. So I just encourage you to, if you want to get involved, and I think that's a lot of value to add for free. I'll be doing the same rundown in treasuries on the institutional side. And then I would say too, for those that want to sign up for our full access team and join our trading team, we trade together live every day. That's this product. This is going to be changing because we do have the prop program I'm close to rolling out. So this price, which is crazy, it's only $2,000 to get involved with us, $100 a month after this, and you get all my training. It's 9 hours of video on the model, and then you get to trade live with me every day. So it's constant teaching, constant coaching, constant mentorship, and then we help you make money. Obviously, we have a very consistent room. I think we've only had 2 losing days here so far this month. They came back to back, which is kind of rare for us, Tuesday and Wednesday of last week. But usually we'll have maybe, a couple mornings, 2 or 3 losing days a month is all. And then a lot of my traders are able to actually finish the day up because they trade in the afternoon. Anyway, guys, hope that helps. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and we'll talk to you in the morning.